Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Lambo Show, the podcast that's taking you on a thrilling trek that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew.
Hop on board and buckle up for the ride of your life.
Get ready to cruise through the unknown with The Lambo Show.
Welcome to The Lambo Show, where we explore the fascinating stories and characters that have shaped our world. I'm your host, Dox Lambo, and today we're delving into the life of an enigmatic figure who pushed the boundaries of science and spirituality, Jack Parsons. Jack Parsons was a pioneering rocket scientist, a co-founder of the legendary Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and a key player in the early days of the U.S. space program. But that's not all. His life took a turn into the mysterious and the occult, as he became deeply involved with Aleister Crowley's Thelema and the Ordo Templi Orientis. So, buckle up, dear listeners, as we explore the extraordinary life of Jack Parsons, a man who left an indelible mark on the world of science, while living a life shrouded in mysticism and intrigue. We'll discuss his early passion for rockets, the formation of JPL and Aerojet, his deep dive into the world of the occult, and the lasting impact of his groundbreaking work. Let's start at the beginning, with his early life and passion for rockets. Born October 2, 1914, in Los Angeles, California, John Whiteside Parsons, better known as Jack, was captivated by the world of science fiction from a young age. He was particularly drawn to the works of Jules Verne, whose novels fueled his imagination and inspired him to dream of exploring the stars, despite not having any formal education in rocketry or chemistry. Parsons' passion and curiosity drove him to experiment with homemade rockets in his backyard. His early experiments attracted the attention of two like-minded individuals, Frank Malina and Ed. Together, they formed a group that would eventually become known as the Suicide Squad, due to their daring and often dangerous experiments with rocket propellants. The squad's experiments caught the eye of the California Institute of Technology, or Caltech, which saw potential in their work. With the support of Caltech, the team started making significant strides in the field of rocket propulsion. As World War II loomed, the military took interest in their work, providing funding and resources that would help shape the future of rocket science and space exploration. During this time, Parsons and his team made groundbreaking discoveries, including developing a new type of solid rocket propellant known as GAL-CIT-27, which greatly improved the performance and reliability of rockets. The Suicide Squad's accomplishments led to the creation of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, or JPL, in 1943. JPL would later become a critical part of NASA, playing a major role in various space missions. Player in the aerospace industry, Aerojet developed and manufactured a range of propulsion systems for military and space applications, and it was during this period that Parsons earned his reputation as a brilliant rocket engineer. Despite his success, Parsons' unconventional approach and personal interests eventually led to his departure from both JPL and Aerojet. As he moved away from the mainstream aerospace industry, his life took an even more intriguing turn. As we've seen, Jack Parsons was a man who pushed the boundaries of science, but his story doesn't end there. As we mentioned earlier, JPL was founded in 1943, and it quickly became a hub for cutting-edge research in rocket propulsion. Under Parsons' guidance, the laboratory made several crucial advancements that would lay the foundation for modern rocketry and space exploration. One of JPL's most significant early accomplishments was the development of the WAC Corporal rocket. This groundbreaking design was the first U.S.-developed rocket to reach the edge of space, paving the way for future high-altitude research and space travel. While JPL was making strides in rocket research, Parsons and his colleagues were also busy with their private venture, Aerojet. The company quickly established itself as a key player in the aerospace industry, providing propulsion systems for missiles, military aircraft, and space vehicles. However, Parsons' unconventional lifestyle and interest in the occult began to raise concerns among his peers and military sponsors. As a result, he was forced to leave both JPL and Aerojet, marking the end of his direct involvement in the organizations he helped create. Jack Parsons' interest in the occult was sparked during his time at JPL, and he became particularly drawn to Thelema, a spiritual and philosophical system created by the infamous British occult Aleister Crowley. Parsons became a devoted follower of Thelema and quickly rose through the ranks of the OTO, an international fraternal organization associated with Thelema. He eventually became the leader of the Agape Lodge, an OTO branch based in California. It was during his time with the OTO that Parsons met and befriended L. Ron Hubbard, the future founder of Together, they engaged in a series of magical rituals known as the Babylon Working, which aimed to invoke a divine feminine entity and bring about a new age of enlightenment. The Babylon Working was a controversial and dangerous ritual, involving the use of powerful magical symbols, invocations, and even the creation of a homunculus. Critics argue that these rituals had a significant impact on Parsons' personal life and professional reputation, despite the controversy surrounding his occult practices. There's no denying that Parsons was a visionary and a trailblazer in the world of rocket science. On June 17, 1952, Jack Parsons was working in his home laboratory when a sudden and violent explosion claimed his life. The exact cause of the explosion remains a mystery to this day, leading to a myriad of conspiracy theories and speculation. Some theories suggest that Parsons was the victim of a government assassination, while others argue that his death was the result of a failed magical experiment. Despite the many theories, no definitive explanation has ever been provided. Regardless of the circumstances of his death, Jack Parsons left a lasting impact on the fields of rocket science and space exploration. His pioneering work in propulsion technology laid the groundwork for the development of modern rockets and contributed to numerous space missions in recognition of his achievements. A crater on the moon was named in his honor, the Parsons Crater, a fitting tribute to a man who dedicated his life to reaching the stars. Beyond his scientific contributions, Parsons' life story has become a symbol of the intersection between science and spirituality. His unique blend of rocket science and the occult has inspired countless books, documentaries, and works of fiction, ensuring that his legacy will continue to captivate and inspire for generations to come. And that brings us to the end of our journey into the life of Jack Parsons. I hope you've enjoyed exploring the story of this enigmatic figure as much as I have. Be sure to share your thoughts with us on our social media channels, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Lambo Show.
Thank you all for listening, and be sure to subscribe